My name is Derdidas. No, that's not my real name, but that's my trail name. I'm called Derdidas because I sometimes speak German, usually not correctly. But a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I was hiking in Germany on a path called the Spitzenwanderweg, and I ran into a Munich hiking group one day. Had come down for the weekend, and I asked them if I could hike with them, and they said, sure, come on along. And I kept slaughtering the German der die das, which is a article before nouns, determines the sex of the noun. And I kept butchering it, so I'd say der Haus instead of das Haus. So by the end of the day, they said, we're going to call you der die das. I said, fine. And the name has stuck ever since. So this vlogging thing is pretty much a young person's gig. I tried it a couple years ago when I walked along the northern coast of Spain on a Camino route called the El Norte. It goes right through all the beaches on the north coast. You can camp on the beach if you're so inclined. It's illegal, but in February and March, nobody's out there going to catch you. In fact, that's the reason I decided to vlog, because I figured there was not going to be very many other hikers and or people around that I could talk to. It'd give me something to do in the hostels. Little did I know I'd go 10 days, 10 whole days, without seeing or talking to another human. I mean, it was like, give me some of the human touch, as the boss would say. After 10 days, I diverted off the El Norte, saying, hey, this is just too much. I need some interaction here. And I diverted onto the Primitivo, which is the original route to Santiago on the Camino, and a little bit more primitive. It's more like the AT, I think. Well, I know it is. And I ran into a Irish-German guy, or German-Irish guy, who had exactly the same experience the very first night in a municipal hostel in Oviedo. And Manfred said to me, hey, you're the first guy I've talked to and seen in 10 days. I said, yeah, let's hike together. So we did, and now we're best friends, and that's how friendship starts. So normally in February of every year, I hike in Spain on one or more of the Camino paths or trails that run to Santiago. All of the routes run to Santiago. It's kind of like a magnet for Spain. These vary from 500 to 800 miles in length. Last year I was on the Via de la Plata from Seville to Santiago on March 13th, Friday the 13th. I got to Salamanca in front of the hostel, and a police officer said, hey, sorry, but you got to go home. The country is shutting down on Monday. You have 48 hours to get out of Spain, which I did. Anyways, I had planned this year to do the Via Francigena, which runs from Canterbury in England and takes 3 months to walk all the way down to Rome. And it's a pilgrimage. You overnight in hostels, but I was going to take a tent and do some stealth camping. I figured in February, nobody's going to get out there and catch you. Anyways, I had to cancel my plans, like most of you all, because of the cooties that are going around the world. And so I have to go domestic this year. And my brother hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2008 under the trail name 1088. And I went camping with him, or hiking out in Colorado last July, end of July, up to Mount Massive. We camped up there at the trail line, at the timberline. Then went over to Fort Pass Loop and camped there for 3 days, walked all the way around, and then did the Conundrum. And over the course of that 2 weeks, he convinced me, or I don't think he was intentionally doing it, but I decided to do the AT if I couldn't get out of the country. So that's essentially why I'm doing the AT this year. So I'm leaving next Wednesday, which is, I believe, the 24th. And my first step on the Appalachian Trail will be Thursday, the 25th. I'm really excited. I'm packed up. In the month of January, I did 292 miles, I think, loaded miles with my backpack around town and on some trails around here. And so far this month, I've got about 150 It turns so frickin' cold here. It's the polar vortex is over the Midwest. Right now it's a -7 degrees in Kansas City, and I stayed home today. Too cold for this old guy. Anyways, like I said, I'm probably going to try to vlog now and then. I've done this before, like I said, in the northern part of Spain. And at that time, I actually carried a little drone with me, a little half-pound drone. And got kind of lucky because I didn't read the EU regulations, which basically say you cannot fly a drone anywhere in Spain without enduring a €250 fine. But again, I hiked in February and there was nobody there to catch me. So I got some pretty dramatic video. I flew it out over the ocean several times, got taken up into a wind and blew way out to the ocean. But fortunately, it has a return to home feature on it that returns back if it loses Wi-Fi connection with my phone. And it came back home and I brought it home. I'm not taking that. That guy hasn't flown since 2018. I got back and said, well, that was pretty cool. And I got some really nice video. But I don't think I'm going to do that again. But I'm going to give this a shot again and see how it goes. So I hope you all come back and give me some feedback. Thank you.